a World Cup qualifier, the king of cash cups, a mechanical demon, and the man behind an incredible body transformation. There aren't many things Benjyfishy hasn't accomplished. However, he has now quit competitive Fortnite for Valorant, and many might not know or remember the events that led up to this decision. Well, that is where I step in, because this is what happened to Benjyfishy. It's March of 2018 and Ninja is playing with Drake on Twitch. They break record after record and the collaboration became the main talking point of the internet. But at the same time, somewhere in Surrey, England, a young prodigy boots up his first ever stream. A 13-year-old in the top 1% of kills with more than 100 wins. Benjyfishy. Nobody knew his name at this point, but they were soon going to find out. Because this is where his competitive journey begins. It's now April. And with only 5 streams to his name, he already started playing scrims. This clearly suited him well, and it was not long before he started playing tournaments too. But that's not all, because the acceleration continues. Scrims turn into pro scrims, Team Cryptic picks him up, unofficial tournaments turn into official ones, and the foundation has now been set. Benjyfishy was ahead of everyone else at a young age, and only 12 people noticed this at the end of 2018. Little did they and Benjyfishy himself know that this was only the beginning. The beginning of a legend in the making. The start of 2019 was no different. He played more scrims, more unofficial tournaments, and more pop-up cups. But it was February, the month of love, and an iconic couple was created. Benjyfishy and Mr. Savage started playing together for the first time, and they both had one goal in mind: becoming the best. Unfortunately, being the best didn't pay out at that point. But this was about to change very soon. They made their first earnings together by placing first in the Scrimcom Pro Clash, making $400, and then earned an amount that not many 13-year-olds can even dream about: $10,000. Yes, they made that in a duo versus squad tournament, and this confirmed that they were the right fit for each other. They continued placing well in the Scallywag Cup, got top 6 in the Lux Cup, and Benji himself placed 8th and 13th in the Blackheart Cup, earning money on both EU and NA East. These tournaments, combined with the third-party ones, resulted in almost $14,000 in earnings for Benji in a time span of less than 2 months. And at this point, he must have been over the moon, because $14,000 was a lot of money for a teenager his age. But little did he know, it would turn out to be a small drop in the bucket of his competitive earnings. And the colossal tsunami that would overflow this bucket: the Fortnite World Cup. This event is known for its ridiculous prize pool, and Benjyfishy wanted a piece of the $30 million. And what would he buy if he won the World Cup?
I'm Benjyfishy, and I'm a pro Fortnite player for NRG. And if I win the World Cup, I want to buy my family a house.
Wait a minute, a pro Fortnite player for NRG? Yes, that's right. I completely forgot to mention that. Because he also joined world-renowned esports organization NRG, completing all the goals from a list he made at the beginning of January. Except for one: qualifying for the World Cup.
Let's go!
Yeah, we're chilling, bro. We're chilling. Let's go.
After a first place in the World Cup warm-up, expectations were high, and Benjyfishy more than exceeded them. He already qualified in the first week of solos, qualified for duos with Mr. Savage in the second week by getting first place, qualified again in week 6, and then qualified for the 4th time in week 10. The kid that nobody knew back in 2018 was now considered one of the best. And that list of goals for 2019 he had, well, that got absolutely smashed. 200 average viewers on Twitch? Yeah, more like 2,700. Now it was time for him to go to the World Cup. And with both his solo and duo qualification, chances of making a lot of money were high.
Then you got Benjyfishy in the game. 5 eliminations for him, 6 total with Mr. Savage's 1. Oh, there's a player in front of him. He pops up in front of him. Oh, that's so scary there, but Benjyfishy.
But Benjyfishy ended up placing 25th in solos and 14th in duos, which wasn't what everyone expected, but it still pocketed him a comfortable $100,000. However, this wasn't the end, because the first ever Fortnite Championship Series got announced, and the format? Trios. Trios got announced, and Benjyfishy decided to team up with Mr. Savage and Mongrel. However, they already had to make a very shocking decision after their first trio cash cup, because Mr. Savage ended up getting dropped. This was confusing for everyone at the time, but nobody knew how good this trio was really going to be. Well, that would show in FNCS, because the MMB era had officially begun, and it created legendary moments that would live on forever. Now, we've all seen how crazy their performance was in the rise and fall of Mongrel, but if you haven't watched that video, then here is a small recap. They had an average placement of second in all 17 qualifier sessions, not counting the one session they placed top 250, and of those 17 sessions they placed first 9 times. Yes, they had absolutely insane chemistry, but unfortunately, due to Max being in the game during grand finals, they placed 10th, which was still good, but a lot worse than everyone expected. These were definitely one of the most entertaining times in Fortnite, but nowadays 2 out of the 3 members of MMB have quit, with the last one hanging by a thread. However, we'll get into that later, because Benjyfishy was about to dominate a new chapter. Chapter 2 started with Squad 7CS, and Benjyfishy and Mongrel dropped Metro for Nate and Andretta. But this didn't really work out in the first week, and it resulted in Andretta then getting swapped out for Wolfies. That decision made them play a lot better, as they instantly placed 3rd in the finals of week 2, made more money throughout the rest of the weeks, and ultimately placed 2nd in the finals, winning $30,000. But this wasn't the sole reason as to why he became so entertaining in Chapter 2, because Benjyfishy was out to slay controller players. The first seasons of this chapter were every controller player's wildest dream due to the ridiculous aim assist, and the leader of the pack, Unknown Army, was dominating solo cash cups left, right and center. Well, Benjyfishy was the knight in shining armor for the keyboard and mouse community, because he gave Unknown Army a run for his money. He made his way to the top of many leaderboards from both the EU and NA East region, and established himself as one of the best solo players. However, during this time, Unknown Army won 5 solo cash cups, while Benji only won 3. So, this meant that he lost the fight, right? Well, not really, because he had one more secret weapon up his sleeve: his consistency. Benjyfishy placed so well throughout all of the cash cups that he became the player with the most cash cup earnings worldwide, labeling him the king of cash cups in June of 2020. Take a shot every time I said cash cup there. Now, this title got accompanied by incredible placements, and he had great results in 2021 as well, with a 5th place in FNCS and a 1st place in DreamHack with Mr. Savage. Benjyfishy had now made more than $400,000 in 2019, $150,000 in 2020, and $74,000 in 2021, coming to a total of $624,000 at only 16 years of age. However, something fell off. He got exhausted playing scrims, facecam streams took a lot of his energy away, he stopped competing in solo catch cups for a few weeks, and he started playing and enjoying Valorant for the first time. Were these the first signs of him quitting Fortnite? Well, it was certainly looking like it. He already tweeted out that he was lazy and demotivated on the 2nd day of the new year, and he continued playing Valorant between Fortnite sessions. However, it wasn't all over yet, because Chapter 3 had started, and Benjyfishy still played competitive with Mr. Savage. They made $1,500 in cash cups, and then even qualified to FNCS Grand Finals, where they placed 36. Now, this placement was disappointing to say the least, and it could have been the final nail in the coffin for Benji's motivation. He hated the feeling of letting fans down with his performance, and played more and more Valorant as a result. At this point, he started getting insanely good at the game.
Oh my god, wait, what? I collected him! What?
And even managed to hit Radiant, the highest rank available in Valorant. But he had not fully switched yet, as he still earned $1,475 more in cash cups and played his last ever FNCS final, in which he once again underperformed. No direct reaction from Benji was given after this moment, but there definitely was an indirect one. He instantly began daily streaming Valorant, started enjoying streaming and playing games again, became one of the top 100 EU players, and announced his retirement from competitive Fortnite on June 24th, 2022.
Yo, what is up, boys? I'm gonna try to keep this as short as possible. but I am officially quitting competitive Fortnite to pursue Valorant.
But what does this mean for the future of his career? Well, I think he'll be more than fine. The kid has a talent for any competitive game or sport he plays, whether that's cricket, rugby, bowling, League of Legends, Fortnite, chess, or now Valorant. He got top 100 in the last act, Energy is backing his decision, his streams still average 4,000 to 7,000 viewers, and his first Valorant montage on YouTube got the same views as his last Fortnite videos. All of these factors, combined with the support of his amazing mother and his rekindled passion for becoming the best, makes me think that we will hear about the name Benjyfishy for years to come. And who knows, Energy might have a new addition to their Valorant roster very soon. Now this was the video, please leave a like if you enjoyed it, check out my team Saints in the description, and I might see you guys in this other video right here.